Every day I wake up, I think, how do we get better? We get better because of good people. What are we doing about it? And I'm going to tell you about an organization in Buffalo, New York, faced with some very, very difficult circumstances, made a decision to find a better way. When you ask them what makes this company special, I promise you the answer is always this. You want to know how you want to get ahead, you want to know how you can not only meet or exceed your dreams, learn to do things you don't like to do. There's an essayist, John Allen, in the early 1900s. He said it much better than I did. He said, the real tragedy is the tragedy of the man who never once in his life braces himself for that one supreme effort, who never stretches himself beyond his own capacity, and never lives beyond his own reputation. There's incredible pressure in corporate America today to perform, both top line and bottom line, pressure from boards and senior management. The question is, how do I get there without mortgaging the future? And certainly inside the Berry Company, we believe it's really built around a model called our management creed. It says it's behavior driven. And it simply says if we do right things in terms of an operating philosophy, then we'll get the results if the results are available.
As president and CEO of the Berry Company, Peter Luongo was responsible for guiding the 100-year-old company and maintaining its position as an industry leader. Throughout his 33-year career with the company, no initiative had a greater impact than the development of Berry's management creed. Peter traveled the country, sharing the Berry story with employees, customers, and industry partners. The management creed is an operating philosophy consisting of 5 core beliefs. These beliefs, and the 10 truths, provide solutions to problems we face every day. Since retirement, Peter has dedicated himself to sharing this unique approach with audiences all over the world.
You know, I believe ultimately our lives are defined by our willingness to give back to others. And I have just an incredible passion for this message. And I believe that the more I'm able to share it, the more people are going to benefit from it. See, truth number 5 says, organizations will experience meaningful success when employees establish their own standards of performance. You know what? We had 150 people there last week. It was down from 300 the year before, by the way. Tough economy, right? September 11th, post-September 11th was horrible. You know what? Somehow those 150 people found a way to get there. How do you think they did that? It's called commitment. It's called the will to win. It's called never accepting anything less. It's a choice they made. So when people talk to me about being successful, I said, simple, choice you make. First of all, are you in the right business? If you are, good news. Now what you do with it is a choice you have to make.
Peter takes some very simple concepts and he really brings them to life in a way that registers with each of us.
He's an incredible motivator. He's been a tremendous inspiration for me personally and a lot of other people within the organization.
Every time I have heard him give that presentation, I have taken notes. And every time I've gotten something different from it. Every time there is something different that seems to register with me at that time.
See, we've got to create an environment where we give people a sense of purpose. People have got to have a place to come every day where they can grow personally and professionally. And that's our obligation to them as leaders. People all want to belong to something bigger than themselves. People want to feel part of something special. And in any relationship, if we can define expectations of one another, then we're going to maximize the potential and the God-given talent all of us have. And that's how we approach it at the Berry Company.
The Berry Company is a very unique organization, a very special company.
Practically everything that we do in our organization is designed to support our people and to give them everything that they need to be successful.
I think we're a special, unique company, and a big part of that is the management creed.
The management creed is comprised of 5 components that every organization should be focusing upon if they're going to be successful now and going forward.
It starts out with people, and then it speaks to this issue of support, making sure people have what they need. Third is about expectations, clearly defined expectations. Fourth has to do with the willingness to give our people what they need every day in terms of feedback. And then lastly is the willingness of our people to accept responsibility and accountability for what they do every day. So it's about managing my half of the relationship and making sure that our people manage their half.
It's so logical, it makes so much sense, and when you see it, when you see it work through the execution of what you do, by going out and recruiting and hiring the right kind of people, giving them the training, and then watching them actually perform, I mean, how can you not help but be convinced or sold that it's a philosophy that works?
If you're going to be successful and effective as a leader, you better, number one, get to grips with yourself and feel good about who you are. Because here's the key. The key is that's the only time then you'll be able to help somebody else feel good about them. Okay? You know, to me, it's all about faith. There's a great poem that says, doubt sees the obstacle, faith sees the way. Doubt sees the dark night, faith sees the day. Doubt dares to take a step, faith soars on high. Doubt asks the question, who believes, and faith answers I. See, for me, it's real simple. It's about faith in God. It's about faith in myself and believing who I am and what I do every day. See, that's critical. That's number one. And so, see, truth number 10 says, if we're going to build this behavior model that we talk about, it's about the willingness to accept yourself. I tell our people all the time, you're okay. You're not going to be anybody else. So get over it. Come to grips with it. Understand why you're special. And all of a sudden, it's interesting how many things will happen. This is real life, everyday organizational success in a company that is truly defined by our ability to meet and exceed customers' expectations. That's the story here.